Hello mga ka-tribes! Welcome to Daddy Brood TV. For today's video, let's have lesson 6. The inverse of one-to-one functions. Now, let's define an inverse function. The inverse of a function is a function with domain B and range A given that the original function has domain A and range B. For example, given a function whose domain are 1, 2, and 3 and whose range are A, B, and C. This function is a one-to-one function because every domain corresponds to its corresponding range. Now, let's determine the inverse of f of x. The inverse of f of x is equal now to A, B, and C as its domain, and the range are 1, 2, and 3. Now, can you see the difference? It means, therefore, that the inverse of a function is simply the domain of the range of the original function, and likewise the range of the domain of the original function. Example 1. Given the function f of x is equal to 3x minus 8. The inverse of a function may be solved intuitively. Intuitively, the inverse of a function may be known by the principle of undo. That is, by considering the inverses of the operations performed. Now, the inverse of a function may be computed easily. Given the function f of x is equal to 3x minus 8, the last operation for our step 1 is subtraction. So the inverse operation of which is addition. So therefore, our solution by intuition now is, let us add 8 to x. And that is now x plus 8. Now, step 2. The second to the last operation performed is multiplication. That is 3x. 3x means 3 times x. So the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So, let us divide x plus 8 by 3. And lastly, for step 3, equate it to the inverse function notation, and that is f raised to negative 1 of x. And this is now our inverse of the function f of x is equal to 3x minus 8. However, it is not that easy in some cases. In later examples, you will understand what I mean by saying that there is a more general method that may be followed. Now, to find the inverse of a one-to-one function, consider the following steps. Step A. Express the function in the form y is equal to f of x. Step B. Interchange the x and y variables in the equation. And step C. Solve for y in terms of x. Example number 2. If it exists, solve for the inverse of the function g of x is equal to x squared minus 6x minus 7. Solution. Let us change g of x to y, and that is now equal to y is equal to x squared minus 6x minus 7. And then interchange x and y. So from y it becomes x, from x it becomes y squared minus 6y minus 7. Okay, we interchange x and y. Then let's solve for y now. That is now equal to y squared minus 6y is equal now to x plus 7. And then, solve for y by completing the square. How? Get 1/2 of negative 6, then squared, and that is now plus 9. So what is 1/2 of negative 6? That is negative 3. Square of negative 3, that is now plus 9. So we will add both sides by plus 9. That is now plus 9. So that is now y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equal to x plus 7 plus 9. And then solve for y by factoring. So let's factor this trinomial. That is now the quantity y minus 3 squared is equal now to x plus 16. Adding 7 and 9. Then, let's get the square root both sides. And that is now, cancel this out, equal to y minus 3 is equal to positive and negative the square root of x plus 16. So if we transpose negative 3 to the right, that is now y equal to positive or negative the square root of x plus 16 plus 3. Notice that for some values of x, there are two values of y. For instance, if x is 1, y now is equal to the square root of 1 plus 16, that is 17. So that is now 17 plus 3, and the other one is negative square root of 17 plus 3. So therefore, the inverse of g of x does not exist. Okay? Example number 3. Find the inverse of the rational function h of x is equal to 4x plus 8 all over x minus 3. Now, for our solution, first, let us change h of x to y. And that is now equal to y is equal now to 4x plus 8 all over x minus 3. Next step, interchange x and y. So it becomes x now is equal to 4y plus 8 all over y minus 3. And then, solve for y. That's cross multiplication. So x times y minus 3 is xy minus 3x is equal now to 4y plus 8. And then, solve for y. So we have now xy minus 4y is equal now to 3x plus 8. And then, let's factor the left side of the equation. The common factor is y, so it becomes y times x minus 4 equal now to 3x plus 8. Divide both sides by x minus 4. Cancel this out. We have now y is equal to 3x plus 8 all over x minus 4. And let's rewrite y now as h raised to negative 1 of x, meaning the inverse now of h of x is equal to 3x plus 8 all over x minus 4. That is the answer. That's all for now, mga ka-tribes. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Bye!